Adrenaline rising.
Through that headshot there, so the res pressure still went off, and chat will go down. But hold on, yeah, Ventari's low, but now Sizer's so low though. Sizer, hold on, Sizer getting the heal off. Will Ventari go down? Ventari will go down, and Shad gets himself back up into play now. Sizer's low, and he takes Sizer down. Oh my goodness. Either 30 seconds, they're trying. They're really trying to push in. They still have that one cap in their favor as well, but CM is just completely over them at this point. Let's see again.
18 seconds.
Pushing it, super throwing down the fire field here at the moment. They're trying their best to focus the Lord. 10 seconds left in the game. Lord's about 80% health. They're trying. They're just really trying. 60, 40, 5 seconds. Here we go.
If they get this,
health.
it's possible. They might get this, Blue.
Oh my goodness.
No! Yes, they got it!
Hey everybody, what is going on? My name is Blue, and welcome to this week's Mistpedia 33 Cup for Europe. This is actually our first European Cup. Before we get started, I need to put out a bit of an apology / explanation as to A, why today's tournament brackets are not on Battlefy, and B, as to why we have so little teams. So there was an issue with the Battlefy website today. I wasn't aware of this issue until this morning, unfortunately, so I couldn't really do much to fix it. But basically what ended up happening was, for whatever reason, the signups on the website were not working correctly. It just wasn't saving them, or results were getting switched or something. I wasn't entirely sure what the full issue was. I just know I was told that it wasn't working properly, so I had to go in there really quickly and quickly say, hey guys, sign up on the forum. But unfortunately, we only became aware of that, like I said, like about 1 hour ago. So I had to go in really quickly and try to remedy that as best as possible. Unfortunately, the best way I could remedy that without having to completely go make and do something on another website was to just have people sign up on the forum, and that word didn't get spread around quickly enough, so we only have 4 teams today. Once again, I do apologize for that. That is partially my fault for not picking up on that issue. Before, so once again, apologies for that. But we still have 4 teams today, which means we do have a tournament. It's going to be, as usual, single elimination, 3v3 deathmatch, or arena, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, first team to 3 kills will win. No respawns or anything like that are allowed. So, our 4 teams for today, as we do go over to the brackets really quickly and check those out. Give me 1 second here, the music might be a bit loud. There we go. Sorry about that. So anyways, go over here to the brackets real quick and check it out. We got 4 teams. We've got Cheese Mode, actually, a name we have not seen in a while. We've been checking out the forum posts. It looks like they may be making a comeback on our new roster soon. We're also having Antisocial Dragon Finisher, who I believe is going to be having one of the members from 55 HP Monks, as well as 2 of his friends will be playing on his team. And then as well, we're going to be having Legendary No Names, and Antisocial Dragon Finisher is another team. Then we have Legendary No Names, and then Team Showmit is going to be the team that has Shad, along with a few other people from 55 HP Monks on it. But anyway, guys, that's about it for intros, so let us go in-game again. Another big apology is Cyrif is still away on his esportscation doing a lot of work with MLG right now, so I've not been able to get him back to fix all of my overlays for 3v3s, so the 3v3 overlay is still a bit ghetto, so I do apologize for that. Once again, a lot of things to apologize for today, as it was a bit unprepared. But anyway, as we go into the game itself, you can see I've got the ghetto 3v3 overlay set up and ready to go. But anyway, let's change the overlays very quickly here, and we will get everything set up and ready to go. And then as well, once again, I believe our first matchup here is going to be Cheese Mode and Antisocial Dragon Finishers. Red team, I believe, is the Cheese Mode team for today. Just double check that really quickly. Alright, awesome. So let me just change those overlays. Blue team is going to be antisocial dragon finishers. Oh, my goodness. And then our red team will be cheese mode. Alright, cool. So everybody, we are set and ready to go. Again, huge apologies for the issues with signups and everything like that today, but we do have a cup, so let's not waste any more time, guys. Our teams are set up and ready to go, so let us get into the first round of the Mistpedia Weekly 3v3 for this week on Europe. Just gonna wait for our teams to ready up. Just gonna take a quick look at some of the builds and stuff here as well, kind of as the game is starting and while we're in the pre-engagement status of it. Taking a look first over here at Antisocial Dragon Finishers. Target PhD, please, over here is going to be playing Warrior today. He is running with the Mace and offhand sword build. Interesting, actually, to see Mace coming into play here, so probably going to be a Condi Warrior, actually, obviously, about judging that by the Carry-On Amulet, along with the weapon sets here. Longbow coming into play as well here with the Sigil of Doom and an Energy, and then his weapons trait set is going to be 4-0. 406. Nap Girl over here is going to be playing Engineer 60062, making use of a Celestial Amulet along with Runes of Strength, Rifle, and Sigils of Doom and Battle. And then last but not least, Templar over here is going to be running with a Staff along with a Mace and offhand focus, with the traits being 01661. So he's going to be either bunkerish, Nap Girl will be their much tankier hybrid engineerish, and then Target PhD will be much heavier focus on comedy application over here as well. And as we go over to the red team again, combat hasn't really started yet, but oh, here we go. Red team coming out for the south side over here at the moment as they do engage combat. Oh, we got a bit of lag on the server here, but once again, combat getting started here. Nobody going down just as of yet. Both teams kind of just wearing into each other here, starting to use cooldowns, trying to get the hits off. It's going to be it's going to be quite a few seconds here before we actually see any significant downings or anything such of that, but we do have Nap Girl taking most of the damage, so she is going to fall behind here at the moment, try to get herself behind enemy lines, but we've still got, who is this at the moment? Magmar, the Elementalist from Cheese Mode at the moment, chasing Nap Girl pretty heavily. You're going to see the Elixir S-Pop here as well, meaning Nap Girl definitely under some pretty heavy pressure here at the moment. We're also going to see the Healing Turret coming down now as well, and that is going to be the sign that Nap Girl getting very close to death here indeed. Probably won't be lasting much longer. Good job trying to keep herself up there with the Gear Shield, but once again, will fall into the downstate. Big burst coming in here from the red team, and she is going to get knocked out right there. Once again, Templar going to be the next target here as blue team tries to rally something together to come back from the 2v3, but unfortunately, taking a look at the general health pools here, red team is sitting pretty much at full health here at the moment, so unfortunately, I do not believe they're going to be able to rally back and make a comeback here, so more than likely, round one is going to be going into the favor of the red team. Cheese Mode, they will now be up 1-0 in the set, and just one more game away from moving on to the next round. As a reminder, by the way, of the tournament procedures, all rounds are best of 3, well, 2 of the rounds are best of 3, and as well, the grand finals will be a best of 5 itself. So we're already in the semifinals, as you can probably tell again, due to the 4 teams. Hopefully we'll be able to get more teams next week when we actually have a working sign-up website, so once again, big apologies for that, as that is making our cover rather short, but we did manage to get the sign-ups today. That was the important thing, at least in my book, because we got the cup happening today, whereas last week, we didn't even have a tournament, unfortunately, due to not having enough sign-ups up in time there. But once again, guys, that is going to be red team victory for round one. They are going to take it. And with that said, they will just be one more game away now, moving on to the next round. So give me 1 second here, guys, and we'll be back with round two as soon as our players are set and ready to go.
Take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines. Always know that you'll be safe. I'll be here throughout your days. Come find me and we will play.
I could outrun a centaur.
Last chance to nail down your strategy.
This'll be fun.
Alright, And here we go now with round 2. While we're waiting for combat to get rolling here, once again taking a look at the red team builds, cheese mode. We do have Frey over here playing his pretty standard Hambo build at the moment on his warrior. Again, as you can see here, obviously the hammer and longbow, running it with a berserker's amulet along with runes of strength, and then the traits coming into play here as well, being 20606. So fairly standard for a Hambo build. Usually we do see 2 points going into tactics over here, but he has opted to put those 2 points into strength instead. Well, Frey's actually going to get CC'd a little bit here as he does try to chase the blue team. So the blue team learning very quickly from previous rounds, going to be trying to lock down the riskier members of the blue team here before they end up getting into too much trouble. Magmar over here as well is playing elementals for this team. Staff Ellie, actually, I should mention too, running with 00266 at the moment. Again, the staff obviously coming into play here with Runes of the Pirate, Celestial Amulet, and Sigil of Leeching along with energy there. Napgirl in the meantime, as we go back into combat itself, getting focused on pretty hard. She's going to fall into the down state already, but nice job. They're going to get her right back up into play there. Almost didn't really see the res coming in there, so nicely done indeed. And again, you're going to see grenades getting tossed back over on the Magmar in an attempt to CC him and the other members of the red team to get them to fall back. But back onto the builds once again over here while we're waiting for people to fall down or for some elite plays to happen at the moment. We do have the Ranger as well. Moko Coco, apologies if I'm butchering the name there, running with Shortbow along with Sword Elf and Dagger. Just a pretty typical spirit build there. We actually had Phrase go down that time as well, just to highlight that real quick. And a Stomp will connect. Nicely done indeed there. They're going to knock him out now, but Napgirl as well will fall down. So we may be going into a 2v2, guys. Once again, Moko Coco here, running with a pretty typical Spirit Ranger build for this team. But Frey there did get up. Hopefully he doesn't rejoin the fight, as a bit of a reminder of the rules. But a Napgirl once again was able to get herself back up into play once again, and they are going to keep things rolling there. So now we have a lot of focus going back over here onto Napgirl at the moment as they try to knock her out. But red team definitely looking pretty good here so far in this game. Moko Coco being the next focus target here. Going to switch our point of view over on to Napgirl to see how she's handling the pressure. Keep in mind that the Elementalist is still in play for the red team too, so he can come in here and try to save his teammate there. But once again, he is going to go down, Moko Coco that is, and now Napgirl is being pretty safe now with the 3v1, and so it looks like blue team is now going to loop things back around, take the 3-0 kills for that round, and as such, they are now going to score 1 point, tie the setup at 1-1. They still have to eliminate Magmar, granted, but once they have done that, and they should be able to do that fairly easily, but now that once they have eliminated him, they're going to get the 1 point to tie things up, and we're going to go into a game 3 to see who will be moving on to the grand finals. And as well, we're going to take a couple minutes. We're going to take a couple minutes here because one of the players, I think Moko Coco, yeah, Moko Coco, we were even seeing that on his screen. He had to relog really quickly, so Moko Coco there, we had to wait for him to relog. But as soon as he's back, and as soon as Magmar dies, well, then we'll go to round 3. Granted, if the timer runs out, then they'll still win, but they have to kill him. Hold on, they've almost got him. Interrupt. Interrupt always got stability. Interrupt. Get him, guys. Guys. Get him. You're so close. You're so close, guys. Guys, come on. You got him. You got him. Oh my goodness.
I feel good.
This is a game. This is a game of chase the chicken right now. I don't even need to comment on this. This is just hilarious in itself. There we go. They got him. Alright. Well, now he goes down. And like I said, red team, or probably blue team there, will be scoring the point. So as such, we're going to tie the setup at 1-1, and we'll be going to a game 3 in just a minute, guys. So stick around, we'll be back with game 3 as soon as the member of the red team that had the disconnect there has rejoined the game, and as soon as our players are set and ready to go. Be right back.
match starts soon. Last chance to nail down your strategy. Eat my dust.
Alright guys, we are back once again here with the third round between Cheese Mode and Antisocial Dragon Finishers over here on the blue team. So anyway guys, we're getting started here right now. This is the last game in this set. Winner will be moving on to the grand finals of this week's weekly, which is a weird statement in itself. But anyway, here we go guys, once again, we do see at the moment here, blue team kind of rallying themselves over here in the middle, getting ready for a team fight. Red team as well, probably gonna try and stack some might. Yep, there we go, get about, really only 4 stacks there, but still, Lava Fawn and low cooldown there, and that blast finish as well, pretty short cooldown I believe, so won't really be wasting too much there in order to get just a little bit of a boost to their power and whatnot. We'll notice too that again, they're really inclined on keeping Nap Girl kind of out of the fight, because last time in that first round, that's really what killed them, is that Nap Girl was way too, like, kind of into the fight, and as such, she got focused down really easily, just in general, kind of because she's more probably one of the squishier players on the team, even while running Celestial there. So because of that, they're really opting to just keep her as far away from possible, if possible, this game. But uh-oh, we're not seeing that happening too well here. She's getting focused down pretty hard. They did manage to pop Elixir, as though she's going to be getting another chance to get away, but they had a really good focus going on her there for a second. At the same time, as we go over to Magmar here to watch from his point of view, we do see Staffily kind of melting him down at the moment over here now. Not looking too hot. Switching back over to Napgro's point of view, seeing how she's hanging out here at the moment. First to roll back once again, and oh, it's going to be close indeed, but she looks like she's going to get the healing turret off the time. Yep, she is, and now she's going to be in an okay spot. Good immobilize going out there on the Freya's as well in order to put some distance between her and himself. The teammates really need to get some support on the Nap Girl here very quickly, or she will go down. She is going to end up going into the downstate. Magmar now coming in, has Stability Stomp, and but good quick res comes out there from members of the blue team, and she's going to be back up once again. But now we're falling into that pit hole that I've talked about a lot of times when it comes down to arena matches, and that's the thing that blue team was playing far too defensively. They're spending all their time trying to keep players alive and not really actually trying to go for damage. They need to flip this around. They need to get Nap Girl out of here, get her to reset, and then once again flip the damage back onto their opponents, so they're not going to have any chance to take this game. At the moment, once again, red team has found Nap Girl. Once again, they get big focus going on to her, trying to get Nap Girl away from this fight, but again, there's just too many Connies and too much pressure on her. She does have the gear shield, but she's probably going to end up going down as soon as that gear shield expires. And yep, once again, Nap Girl falls into the downstate. Double res coming off, but they both get knocked off the body there, so they need to get much closer. Spirit goes down, but they're not running the trait for it to res on death there. So now they're going to have to come in here, get the mana res off Staffily as well. Raining fire down here, and that is going to put so much AoE on Nap Girl's course. I'm just not sure they're going to be able to get her back up. And oh, they do just get Nap Girl back up into play there. Very nicely done once again there by the blue team. Just barely holding on here. But once again, unfortunately, you look at the health pools here. Everyone on the blue team had to get low from that encounter. Nap Girl was able to regenerate health by a pretty decent margin, but now we're taking a look at PhD, and he as well is starting to get very low here, trying to get away from his opponents. Again, no job there dodging out of the way of that Earthshaker, but once again, it's coming up to too much pressure. They just cannot get away from their opponents, unfortunately. Red team as well sitting pretty good, all good here in terms of their health pools. Magmar was low for a second there, but again, as he's bunker staff out, he was able to regenerate his health pretty easily, and will, generally speaking, be the last person to go down regardless of the circumstances, just due to the build he's running here at the moment. Good fears going off, good Connie rush coming off here on a PhD once again, as he's going to get very close to death. There we go, PhD now going into the downstate. We do see Templar come in trying to get a res. They will get him back up once again as this fight continues on with no one dying just as of yet. We're about 4 minutes, apologies, we're about 3 minutes into this fight, and like I said, nobody has gone down as of yet, but we're getting very close indeed. Red team making some serious progress once again on the Nap Girl. Good switch of target there as well. Once again, throwing Nap Girl into the downstate. PhD is very low as well, but they're still going to be able to get her back up. And now this is an issue for the red team, is once again, they just do not seem to have the corpse cleave in order to keep targets down. Definitely have the CC, but they're going to need to save it and, you know, go for a proper stomp here if they want to have any chance of knocking out one of these members of the blue team, as they seem to have their crap together now as we go into the third one. They do not want to lose. PhD once again getting very low, just managing to get out of the way there. Apologies once again. We just see Nap Girl there trying to get some more CC on the red team, but it's being very hard for PhD to survive. Finally, he ends up going into the downstate. Once again, red team now coming in for a stomp onto him, but once again, another very quick res due to the lack of some corpse sleep coming in play. They even had a lava fawn on the body there, and this is not doing enough damage. PhD gonna go almost immediately back into the downstate once again, though, as we're seeing here right now. Magmar coming in for the stomp. This one may connect, guys, and yes, it does. PhD finally goes down, brings it down to a 3v2, and we're gonna see PhD calling GG. And with that said, guys, we will be ending the game due to the captain calling it. Actually, hold on, I'm not sure if... okay, yeah, we're gonna end the game. And with that said, guys, With that said, guys, our red team cheese mode is going to be moving on to the next round, so congratulations to them. They're going to score a 2-1 victory here. So with that said, guys, we're going to take a very short break. And when we return, we're going to be bringing you the second semifinal, which is going to be between Legendary No Names and Team Showman. So stick around, guys. We'll be back in just a minute with that matchup. Alright guys, we are coming back now with the next match. It is going to be Team Shaman over here on the red side versus Legendary No Names on the blue team. Very quickly going over the builds. We have Bullet has Chainsaw, starting with the red team that is. We have Bullet has Chainsaw here. He's going to be playing DPS Guardian. Nothing too out of the ordinary here in terms of a DPS Guardian, that is. Anyway, running with 2-1-6-1-4. It's generally speaking what we've come to expect from a DPS Guardian. Granted, we don't see them too much, but when we have seen them, this is the build they play. Again, it runs with a Greatsword, Scepter, Offhand Focus, can be running with Sigils of Battle and Air, as well as Sigils of Air and Battle and the Offset as well. And once again, running with Runes of Strength and a Berserker's Amulet. Shad the Kitty Cat is going to be playing over here on a Char at the moment, playing with a Dagger Pistol and a Short Bow, making use of Runes of the Scholar. Berserker's Amulet, going to be playing 6-0, 2 points into Shadow Arts actually, and then a full 6 points into Trigger. Interesting distribution of the traits there. Going into Shadow Arts and is going to be taking Shadow's Embrace, which again will remove conditions whenever he's in stealth every 3 seconds. Moving on from that, once again we've got Beauty Tom on actually it looks like SF Ellie? SD Ellie, apologies. SD Ellie running again with Celestial Amulet and Runes of Strength, along with the Sigil of Energy and Battle as well, with the traits being 0-4, 0-4, 6. That's about it for the builds, guys. We'll go over blue teams when we get to round 2, but let us get started with the first round here and see who is going to be taking the initial advantage. I'm just waiting for Anka Haldriff to ready up here, and then we'll get started, guys. And yes, I just changed the EQ on my mic. Apologies. My S's were being a bit too harsh.
The match starts soon.
Alrighty, guys, here we go with the first round here. It's going to be Team Shamit versus Legendary No Names. Let's get it started, guys.
I could outrun a centaur.
Gates opening up in about 3 seconds. Once again, 3v3 deathmatch is the name of the game. First team to eliminate the other team will be winning. So here we go, guys. Duke Nukem has told us to get it started, and we shall do so. Once again, we'll go over the blue team builds once we get it, and if we need to go over any blue team builds mid-game, we will do that as well. But once again, game getting started here. We do see Peaceman crossing over, getting ready to cross over. At least blue team going to be very cautious indeed, not to get engaged on. You got to remember this red team does have a thief, so it can surprise engage indeed. The red team will jump into stealth here via use of the black powder. They're going to get ready to dive in, or actually it looks like Beauty Tom is going to might dive in there, but with the stealth expiring, does kind of change his mind. They'll stack up stealth once again over here behind this wall. But they actually managed to get that AoE through the wall there, so they are going to be able to put them into combat, get a little bit of damage onto them. Beauty Tom getting ready to dive in over here onto Peaceman, get a little bit of damage off onto him as well, as you can see here at the moment. Peaceman going to be the one under initial pressure. Looks like Shad the kitty cat taking a little bit of damage, but Bullet as Chainsaw being the one taking the real damage. And oh my goodness, Bullet as Chainsaw almost goes down there. Was able to pop off his healers, was going to be okay for the time being, but now has to roll out if you're so much pressure coming in. Earthshaker going to connect onto him. They're coming out from the water. And now really needs to get himself away from this. Also has the pull chain off on him if they want to try to pull him in. Trying to see where that came from. I'm not sure if entirely if Peaceman is running with a great sword and had that ability, or if it got reflected off Bullet. But considering how long it was staying on them there, I'm going to assume that it got reflected onto him there and was generally speaking not of a risk to him. Once again, Bullet as Chainsaw goes into the downstate here at the moment, trying to see Peaceman as well. As you can see, starting to take a bit of damage. Might have a bit of a stomp race, but Bullet as Chainsaw going to take way too much damage, and he's going to get knocked out there indeed. We have Shad the kitty cat trying to come in here, trying to get some damage onto the blue team, but it's not happening. So takes Peaceman down, but takes himself with him now. Stomp's coming in from the blue team here at the moment. Shad's going to go down. That'll get the blue team down player up. And now with only Beauty Tom left alive and him being in the downstate at the moment, we're going to see blue team, Legendary No Names, taking round 1, putting them only 1 game away from a spot in this week's finals, guys. So round 2, once again, will be coming up in just a moment. We're going to go over the blue team's builds as soon as we have loaded back into the game as well. So give us just a moment, and we'll be coming back to you with round 2. Alright, and there we go, guys. We are coming back to you now with the next game. Really quickly going to go over blue team builds. First of all, we got Alexis on fire over here. Is playing Elementals for the blue team, running with 00266. I believe he's playing DD Ellie. Does appear to be the case, so he's playing kind of the Ellie build here with Celestial Amulet once again. Runes of the Pirate coming into play on this player. Also running with Sigils of Doom and Hydromancy as well. Peaceman for this team is going to be playing DPS Guard as well, so he was with one running Greatsword there. Apologies for that misconception in the last round then. Again, running with Greatsword, Scepter, Offhand Focus, Berserker's Amulet, and Runes of the Pirate, with the traits being 2-1-6-1-4, and obviously again, Triple Meditations with Shelter as his heal. And then last but not least, we've got Anka Haldrith. Here it was going to be playing Hambo, I believe, running 00626, and as well, the equipment will be Hambo. And then Soldier's Amulet with a Rune of Strength coming into play there too. So with that said, guys, let us get started with the second round now between these two teams. Once again, keep in mind, we just saw Legendary No Names take that first round, so we're going to give them a point to their score. And as soon as our players have entered the field, well, we're going to see if a 2-0 will happen, or if our red team, Team Shamit, will wrap it back around and come back into the game. But anyway, guys, we are getting started now. Here we go. Combat beginning. Beauty Tom really putting himself out there, indeed, coming up to a big risk, but he's definitely going to put the pressure on a Peaceman. I think that was one of the big issues for them in the last round as well, as the Peaceman really went in there, did a pretty big number, in all honesty, onto, I believe it was Bullet as Chainsaw there. So they're going to come in here now and try to stop that, but now Peaceman almost instantly goes into the downstate this time. They were able to get him back up via the use of a battle standard, but again, big cooldown being used there. They won't have that available for a later point in the game. Blue team trying to wrap things back around into their favor. They have managed to get Bullet as Chainsaw down to a pretty low state of health. Going over to his point of view here, here. He's at 700 health, almost managed to survive that, but ended up going into the downside anyway. Beauty Tom getting hit up pretty hard here as well. He may fall. It looks like he might just get away. No, Beauty Tom might fall as well. Hold on, he's trying to get away from combat. Keep in mind, Bullet is still alive as well. He's just in the downside at the moment. We do have Shad trying to res him up from stealth, but Beauty Tom's going to fall into the downstate. Bullet, they were able to get him back up. Stomp coming in on the Bullet right, or Beauty Tom right now, but he's going to use Vapor Form again. Has that pretty much guaranteed immunity, but now once again is going into the downstate. Big AoE cleave coming in from Peace Tom at the moment, and now Stomp will connect there from Beauty Tom, and it looks like that may be it, guys. Once again, Bullet has Chainsaw and Shad are both extremely low here, but blue team sitting pretty here. Shad really the only hope for this team, and in all honesty, I just don't believe it's going to be happening. Peaceman actually porting up to Shad, I believe, but for whatever reason is frozen. Oh, well, he disconnected. So, actually, it's down to a 2v2 now. Well, again, that sucks. Anyway, match will continue onward. Like I said before, guys, for whatever reason, disconnects have been rather rampant in arenas this week. But I've had to reiterate this before, is the fact that at the moment, we don't have a surefire way to reset games without screwing over either team, as again, red team had a pretty hefty advantage here. And, or actually, apologies, blue team had a pretty hefty advantage here, and now it's even out. But granted, again, we don't actually have this in the rules or anything. Yes. But it looks like actually red and blue team are kind of being cool about it. They're pulling back.
Oh, it's on now.
So we're waiting for him to rejoin. But red team obviously going to try to take pretty hefty advantage of this, as they do have that advantage. But we'll allow him to rejoin the game. Once again, they did have that 2v3 advantage there to start off with, so he's going to get himself back in the game. Cooldowns or anything didn't reset technically, so... Once again, though, it looks like as we go into play here, Shad the Kitty Cat along with Bullet as Chainsaw are going to try their best to survive the skirmish. The blue team member that did connect has gotten himself back into the game here. Shad is actually getting pretty close to knocking out Alexis on fire here, so we're going to have to see if he'll be able to take him out. As the red team not giving up just yet. Alexis on fire once again, starting to get rather low here, going over to his point of view, as he's going to be trying to heal himself up, and it looks like he's going to be able to do that without any issues. Bullet has Chainsaw, finally goes into the downstate and actually gets taken down there due to AoE cleave coming onto his corpse, and Shad the Kitty Cat also is going to follow suit there, and now blue team will come in for the stomps on him, and blue team will still end up taking that round. So, blue team guys going to take the 2-0 victory, had that bit of a disconnect hiccup there, but once again, like I've said before, resets, unfortunately, we can't do them after the game has started. If it's before combat actually happens, I have no issue restarting the game, but once combat has started, I unfortunately cannot restart games. I have no problem with if people disconnect rejoining the match afterwards, but unless like they were close to death and they, you know, counted as a kill. But once again, guys, with that said, that is going to be a 2-0 for Legendary No Names, and they will be moving on to the finals. So once again, we'll be right back with the grand finals. Again, short cup this week due to that issue with Battlefy. We only had 4 signups, but we'll be right back, guys, with the finals in just a minute as soon as our players have joined the game. Alrighty, guys, we are coming back to you now. Once again, welcome back to the Mistpedia Weekly 3 vs 3 EU Cup. We are back now here at the Grand Finals, and I know we just started the stream 45 minutes ago, but it's Grand Finals time already. Once again, 4 teams best of 1 makes for a very short cup. But again, guys, this is a best of 5 set between these two teams. First team to 3 points will be winning this tournament, taking home 2K gem cards for each player, and our second place team will be getting an 800 gem code. But anyway, guys, the match has begun. As we go over here to the red team did opt to come out to the north side. They're going to try to cut off the blue team, and it looks like they have actually successfully done that. So let's crank down the tunes. As again, combat has already begun here, switching our point of view over onto Magmar once again as we continue on with this fight. Anka Haldref starting to take a lot of damage here. He's the one that really got cut off because of that, and again, he's going to have a lot of trouble surviving. He's used his con immunity, so he's, like I said, he's okay for the time being, but now that he's popped that again, he's going to be open for the taking again. Red team got that really awesome engagement off by cutting him for the north. Blue team was like, whoa, where did they come from? And really had no clue. A lot of people, you know, tend to forget that those options exist to come out the north and south gates. So, like we said, that they can kind of surprise people with that. And so far, red team has been absolutely dominating this game, mainly because of that surprise engagement. Anka's getting low. Peaceman's starting to get low over here, too. Really starting to run out of cooldowns. He might be getting eliminated here for the next few seconds. And even as such, Anka Haldref's going to get taken out there. Peaceman is on the run. And as well, Alexis on fire is trying his best to get away now from just the wrecking ball that is of the red team here at the moment. Peaceman trying to get away. He's got his heal coming up in 1 second, but he may not even get to use that. Pulled in his opponents here, trying to use his heal, gets the heal off, so he's going to be okay for the time being. But like I said there, Anka Haldref has been eliminated now, so it's 2v3. They're trying to do something over here. Monaco as well does have the spirit out, so it's going to be getting passive regeneration. They're pretty much all of the red team here now, and those guys are going to be sitting pretty. Peaceman goes into the downstate now with Magmar coming in for a stomp on him. It does connect, and with that, guys, our red team with a surprise engagement from the north is going to be taking round 1, and now we'll only be just 2 short games away from winning this week's tournament. Once again, guys, we'll be returning with round 2 in just a moment, as soon as we have reloaded and our players are ready to go.
The match starts soon. Last chance to nail down your strategy.
And once again, guys, just kind of glancing over the builds really quickly for those that have joined us late here in the tournament. Mocha Coco, once again, is playing Spirit Ranger. Well, kind of Spirit Ranger. I mean, at its core, it's still a Spirit Ranger. Again, running with 2066, it does look a lot like a Spirit Ranger. It does have the weapons and appearance, generally speaking, of the Spirit Ranger. You know, Runes of Balthazar, Karen, I just know too, red team's going to take this northern path again, but blue team was a lot smarter about it this time. They went out the southern gate, and as well, sorry for the porting right now. Mocha Coco has been saying he's having some lag, so as such, he's going to be porting around the map a lot when we look at his point of view. But I mean, back to his build again. He's only running 1 actual utility spirit. He's got the ultimate spirit there as well, so still a spirit ranger build, but it's just interesting to see. There's been a couple rangers kind of going down this path recently, trying to give themselves more utility. And in general, I mean, I don't think it's a terrible thing for the deathmatch perspective, just because again, you're not really needing to fight on a point. Giving yourself a little bit more utility and mobility is certainly not a bad thing. And you know, I think it's a pretty good choice. But anyway, combat has begun, guys. We do see red team trying to focus down on Peaceman at the moment, but generally speaking, the initial engagement, Looks like it might have gone in blue team's favor, in all honesty. They do have a pretty dominating position on them, and they're really starting to push the red team back, from what I can see at least. But once again, you really have to be careful, and that sort of thing is very subjective indeed. That could change very quickly if we see a good spike burst coming off or anything like that. But let's change our point of view over here on the Freys for a second here. Once again, Frey from the previous Cheesemo team getting a nice amount of burst off there on the Peaceman. He's very low at the moment. Switching over to his point of view, we can see that once again, just popped off his heal. Actually popped off his heal quite a while ago, so not really able to use it here anytime soon. Burn Tick really melting away on him too. Has no way to cleanse the Kami, and as well with that last burst coming in there from Frey, that is going to take him into the downstate. He will get himself back up. I believe, actually, they used the banner there, I think, to get him back up into play. Anka, Havdruff is to thank for that, so they're going to bring those guys back up into play. But once again, the burst coming on a Peaceman, just going to be a little bit too much for him to handle here at the moment. And once again, he's going to be forced to try and run into this fight, running awful far away from his teammates, and as well, this good circle here, this good circle stun here, they're coming off from the Elementals. I think I forgot the name of that ability. The good circle stun there coming off the Elementals as well is going to put them quite far away from him, taking a lot of damage here. We got AoE coming down over the corpse. Unfortunately, it's going to make it very hard for them to res him up. Pretty much impossible, as you saw. We had lava flying going over the corpse and pretty much everything you could expect. And as such, we will be seeing Peaceman getting eliminated out from the game. Alexis on fire and Anka Havdruff are still very much alive, however. And if you take a look at Freys, he's actually getting a bit low too, but unfortunately, they do have a pretty good focus on Anka Havdruff, so he as well is going to fall into the downstate. Alexis on fire is trying to save his teammate, but unfortunately the DPS, the AoE, the corpse sleeve is coming in a little bit too hard there, and it's only going to leave Alexis on fire up and alive. And with that said, guys, we are going to be seeing Alexis on fire go down, and now a 2-0 victory here is going to be had for Team Cheesemo. They have not won the tournament yet. They still got to win just one more game, but again, like I've been saying, if they do not turn this around in the next game, it'll be all over, and we will be seeing Cheesemo take home today's cup completely undefeated. So once again, guys, round 3 is coming up in just a moment as soon as we have reloaded into the map and our teams are ready to go.
I could outrun a centaur.
And yes, guys, we are back once again. Once again, just checking out some more builds here before the game does begin. Magmar Staff Elementals here for Cheesemo, running with Staff as well as Sigils of Energy and Leeching, along with Celestial Amulet and Runes of the Pirate, with his traits being 00266. What up, Phrase again? Playing pretty standard Hambo, 20606, with the equipment once again being, he has Mace and offhand Warhorn here to start, but he'll probably swap, well, he will swap that out to a Longbow once the game begins, running with Hammer in the offhand as well, and Soldier's Amulet with a Rune of Strength coming into play there too. Already went over Mokokoko's build. Over here on the blue team, once again, Alexis on fire, playing Elementalist. This is a pretty standard Elementalist build. DDLE with Celestial, along with, actually, Rinty Elementalist, I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Might be. I think I've seen this once before, but more than likely he'll go back to Pirate when the game begins. We'll wait and see, though. And again, the traits are going to be 00266. Anka Havdruff also playing Hambo for this team. He's playing the Hambo, as it were, with 00626. The equipment being, once again, Berserker's Amulet with Runes of Strength, and Longbow and Hammer. So the only real difference between Anka and Frey's being the fact that Frey is running with a Soldier's Amulet, and Havdruff is running with a Berserker's Amulet for more damage. Havdruff will still be fairly tanky, but just in general, like I said, it gives Frey that little bit extra boost to his tankiness that, makes it a little bit harder for his opponents to kill him. And last but not least, we got Peaceman playing DPS guard, once again running with Hammer, Scepter, and offhand focus. Actually interesting that he swapped out the Hammer. We're seeing him, I'm not sure what it was in the last round exactly, but I know that at very least in the first round he was running it with Greatsword, which again does give you a pretty decent amount of DPS, but there is kind of a bit of a debate on the guarding community as to which weapon set is actually good or the best, as it were, for DPS guard. All of them work pretty well though, and this should do quite a bit of spike burst comparatively to just sustain DPS that the Greatsword does bring into play. Anyway, taking a look here, Berserker's Amulet, Rose of the Flame Legion, and the traits being 21614. And we are now just waiting for the ready up from Peaceman here at the moment. And there we go, guys. So here we go with what could be the last round in this tournament. If we do not see blue team come back right now, red team is going to take it all, take the prize, and we'll take today's very fast tournament. As a reminder, guys, once again, the North American version of the tournament is also still set to happen later today. If you would like to sign up, again, due to the issue we had with the Battlefly sign up, we do need you to sign up over on the Mistpedia master post on the forums. Just go ahead over there and put the 3 account names that'll be participating in the tournament, along with the region, which would at this point obviously be North America. So just go ahead over there and sign up if you are interested in participating again. Apologies about the issues with the Battlefly website. I'm not entirely sure what ended up happening, but for whatever reason, our signups just were not working, and I was not aware of that until this morning. So if you did already sign up for the 3v3 or think you signed up for the 3v3, please put your information back once again on the forums, so that we can ensure that you are going to get into the cup, guys. Anyway, though, we are now getting started with the third round. As you can see, combat already beginning a lot of focus. Again, going on a Peaceman here, and Peaceman really needs to avoid this, as again, this has been the crux of the blue team, and basically this entire set so far. He's been so easy to focus down, as it seems, for the red team, is that he's almost been a detriment to his team here. Really starting to try and fall back now, trying to get himself out of the way. Once again, popping a renewed focus here. Was not used Virtual Resolve yet, but that's really his last saving grace. Needs to save that just before he goes down. Thankfully, he is going to be able to get Smite Condition back up, and yep, he's going to use that to clear that burn tick, but the pressure on him once again is going to be a little bit too much for him to handle. He will go to the down state. Good quick res coming out there from Alexis on fire, and as well use that wave of light to get his teammates off him just before he gets back up, so they can get the distance between him and himself. But again, a nice Elementals line of warning that you saw coming down there from the Earth stance on staff there, or the Earth attunement there on staff. He's going to get away from this now. Peaceman trying to run, trying to get out of the way, but he is just the main focal point here for the entirety of the red team's burst. Switching our point of view over onto Magmar for a second, watching the staff alley again. Big focus on Peaceman, trying to knock him out, trying to CC him the best that he possibly can here. Does actually have Static Field ready to go, and yep, is going to surround the blue team with that. But a banner coming in over there from Ankahaldra. It is going to get him back up once again, but they cannot keep using these res utilities to get Peaceman back up into play. They need to get some serious damage rolling onto the red team here, or it's very quickly going to go into the red team's favor. But as you can see, they are finally starting to do that. What up, Frey is getting very low here, running away from the fight, trying to loop around his opponents here. But again, Frey not giving up on this yet, coming in so low, but going for a stomp regardless. Does not connect it though on the Peaceman there. Both targets are down. Fear goes off over there, and the one trying to stop Alexis, or the one trying to stop on Frey's there, and now getting feared, now getting himself back up. Frey's is back in play. Peaceman goes down once again. It's a 2v3, and Frey's is at a pretty good health pool. Pretty much everyone in the red team is at a fairly decent health pool, and I believe that may be it, guys. Good CC coming on to Ankahaldra. Ankahaldra goes down, and I believe that is it, guys. GG is called by Anka, and that is it now. Congratulations to Cheese Mode. Apologies, by the way, for not updating the score for this round, but that is it, guys. Congratulations to Cheese Mode. They're going to be winning this week's 3v3 Cup, so congratulations to them. They are each going to be getting a 2,000 gem card for each player there on that team. So once again, that is going to be Magmar, Phrase, and Mocha Coco. Congratulations to those guys as well. Our second place team is going to be Legendary No Names. They will each be getting an 800 gem card. Once again, Alexis on Fire, Ankahaldra, and Peaceman will be getting that prize. But that is it for us here. Again, I realize that this was a very, very, very short cup, actually less than an hour. So again, we will have the Battlefly stuff sorted out next week. We actually may be using a new website starting next week, so more details on that coming over the weekend as we get those new signups up. But we had the cup today. That was the important thing. Last week we didn't even have the EU one, so it's good that we actually had it this week. So once again, guys, as a reminder once more that the North American Cup will be happening later on tonight. Just go ahead over to the Mistpedia Master Post and put your team's information over on that post if you are interested in participating tonight. And we will try to get you squeezed into that. Oh, we should be able to get you into that, no issue. We'll get you guys into that cup. And once again, the Conquest Cups are tomorrow. ESL is at 2 p.m. Eastern, 20 Central Peak Summer. That's the EU Cup. As well, the North American Mistpedia Cup happens at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Just some more reminders. Once again, make sure you are following the channel if you would like to be kept updated as whenever we go live. You can follow my Twitter down below as well. I usually do tweet out whenever the stream goes live. Other than that, you can go and follow my YouTube channel. VODs for today will be uploaded over the weekend to Mistpedia's YouTube channel over at youtube.com/Mistpedia. And that is about it, guys. Once again, it's just a quick reminder, this stream is supported mainly by advertisements and subscriptions. So if you'd like to help us out by either whitelisting this channel or subscribing to us, it is very much appreciated and helps keep these events and all the other events that we do organize at Mistpedia running strong. Once again, guys, that is it for us. So if you cannot join us for any other events happening throughout the week, we hope you will join us next week at the Mistpedia Weekly 3v3 Cup number 2, as it would be for Europe. Have a good one, guys, and we'll see you next week.